Welcome. I came home from work. I was hoping I would have a package. This isn't the package that I thought I had coming today. I have a Boulder Opal package that I've been waiting for over a month now, I think, that I thought would be here today. But we did get a package, and that means we should have something to cut. But this one it's not a complete surprise because I talked to, good day everyone, welcome to the Opal Mills, to Phil from the Opal Mills, and he said he was sending me something. I don't know what he's sending me, but let's find out and see if we got something we can go out and cut. This is kind of cool. Now, I'm sure all of you watch the Opal Mills, where he's mining in Andamooka, and he does treating and cutting, and he's probably the most well-rounded, well-balanced Opal video maker, YouTuber out there, as far as just having a broad array of things that he videos and does, everything from cutting and setting and silversmithing and mining and buying parcels and stuff like that. He does everything, and one of the most interesting channels out there to watch. So I'm assuming you all already watch him, but if you don't, go find the Opal Mills and let's see what he sent me. He did say that he thought the quality of some of the stuff that I got wasn't great. I'm sure he's correct. And he wanted me to see what some good stuff looked like. I'll tell you a funny story. We'd reached out and we'd been talking a little bit, and I sent him my number and I was like, hey, let's keep in touch. And I woke up one morning and saw that he had my phone goes into do not disturb at 10 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning, and I saw that I'd just missed a phone call from him. So I hurried up and called him back, and we talked for 15 or 20 minutes, and he said he was going to send me something. And as soon as we hung up, I got a text message from my cell provider that I would have $93 in fees for my overseas call because I didn't have an overseas data plan. And I was like, oh, I guess I won't be calling Australia anymore. But anyway, let's look and see what we got. We got some... Okay, so this is some Boulder Opal. This is some... I'm going to say this is probably Matrix. Just a second. I'll turn you around. I'm just going to look through it real quick, and then I'll spin you around and you can see them. Looks like some rough. I'm going to guess that is... It looks like Lightning Ridge type rough, at least some of it. I bet you it's mixed fields rough. And then some Andamooka Matrix, I bet, is what this is. So let's flip you down. You can look at these as I look at them. All right, where do we start? Let's go big. Let's go big or go home. This one right here. I'm thinking that's going to be Matrix. I think with some water we're going to see a lot better what we got here. But look at that. You can see color down through the, like almost through veins right there. And color on the face right there. I'm going to have to get with Phil and see how the best way to cut and utilize this will be. But that's pretty cool. I got that giant thing. Next biggest one, little piece of Boulder Opal, and I can already tell that this one's a nice piece. I can already tell that this is a nice piece. Look at the color in that one. Now I've done a few pendants that I don't know that I showed on video, but Boulder Opal pendants like that. And I think I showed this one right here that I got from Tommy. And then, like I said, I should have 12 really nice pieces of Boulder Opal coming that have taken forever and was kind of a nightmare to even get because the guy didn't act like he was all that interested in selling anything. And anyway, long story short, this right here should make, the problem is going to be how do you face it? If you cut a slice off here to make that face a pendant, you kind of miss out on this here. And that might be the better That might be the better portion of it, because this, I don't know, that'll take some thinking. I think this is going to be treated Andamooka matrix. Got to get the bag opened. I wonder if this is some of the stuff that I've watched in his videos. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. That is crazy. Look at that side. Look at that side. So this, I'll obviously, once I slice this, I should be able to get 2 nice pieces at least right there. I'll have to retrade it. Thankfully, the Opal Mills has really good videos on how to do that. I haven't done it before, but it's not that complicated. A little sugar, a little acid, a little heat. And especially if it goes darker than this with a couple treatments, that's going to be a stunning pendant or whatever I decide to do with that. That'll be, man, I'm really, thank you, Phil. That's awesome right there. That's just super cool. It's just like green Christmas lights on there. Then look at that piece. Another nice, man, how about if, like this ring right here, I have another one right here that needs a stone. What if we cut out that nicer piece right there of that and made a stone for this ring? It's pretty close to being that size in the usable portion of that, especially on that side. That side's even bigger. That's the face right there. There's the stone that could go right there on the other, on this extra one. Oh, this showed up today. I ordered a few bracelets to see how they would be. This is way bigger than I thought it would be. I have some more dainty bracelets, but that'll set a nice, like probably 10 by 13, or it might even be a 15. It's probably a 15 oval. Anyway, let's see. This one probably needs to be treated to help the color come out. I can see it. I don't know that you can see it, but I think if once treated, that one right there is going to be another stunning one. It's going to have, it looks to me like it's probably this same thing, only this one's been, when he rubbed it out, the treatment obviously was rubbed off of it. And then we got another crazy piece here. This will be an adventure. We get to learn how to treat this stuff. Oh man, I really like this boulder, because here's the thing. If some of you, you may or may not know, the whole purpose behind me doing this Opal stuff is to do Christmas presents for my family. And I have a big family. I have 8 sisters and 3 brothers, and they all have spouses, and I have 5 kids, and I got grandkids. So I got a lot of presents I got to have before Christmas. But my thought has been, how do I make something for the men, that, my brothers are men and they're not going to wear fancy frilly jewelry, but I think this Boulder Opal and this Andamooka Matrix Opal, definitely a pendant out of this. Good night. Look at that. We might have to do something with that today, because we might be able to, if we split this and just polish this face here, it's fairly polished. It might already be polished. We might not have to retreat that to even actually make a pendant hanging something like that. Big old dude would have to. Anyway, we'll see. Oh, but wait, there's more. And then there's some rough here. And I think he threw in a little bit of this to. It wasn't his fault, the phone call cost, but I think he threw it in there so I would have something to cover the cost of the phone call I made. He didn't need to do that. Okay, so this looks to me like some of this blue. I'll have to ask him. I'm sure he'll probably see this. If you'll comment, what field does this come from? Is this Andamooka crystal? That's my bet. It doesn't look like Cooper Pedy. Look at that. There's a stone right there. Little rub of some really gemmy looking stuff. Ooh, this one's a little bit thin. That's probably more doublet material, unless you did a couple of earrings. You might could pull off a couple of earrings out of that material. And then I think that's everything. A little teardrop rub. How cool is that? And then here's a kind of example of what that blue is going to rub out. It doesn't really have a play of color, I would say. It more just has the blue hue. And so even if you backed it with a doublet, it just kind of deepens the blue, but it doesn't really have a play or, or a of color in it. It's just a blue opal. And obviously that's kind of what you got here. Crystal blue. That's cool. Thanks, Phil. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to find something I can send him to repay. Yeah, I like that. That one, our task today might be setting one of these. We'll pick this one, or this one might be a possibility. Or what else do we got here? This one's kind of got me intrigued because I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's going to be the blue or if there's going to be, it kind of acts like there's going to be some green in it. So we might face that one and see what's inside, because I think that one's hiding something. Or we could just cut a nice slice off of that. And, oh man. I mean, look at that face. Look at that color. Question would be if this right here compromises the integrity if we go further back in. I don't know. Looks like it faces out there with some, you got blues and greens. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. All right, I'm going to pick something here. We'll go work on it. Oh, we sliced the treated matrix. There's a good example of treated side, untreated side. See how much the darker color explains to you why the black opals are so much more vivid and bright and valuable, because that's what it looks like. And you can tell that it's pretty, but here, boom, whole different story. Same thing here. So we got two nice pieces here that'll be really nice pendants. Maybe even two here, that's relatively big. The Boulder opal unfortunately flew into about that many pieces as soon as I touched it to the saw. But we did end up with that piece right there that I think will be a really nice pendant with really nice color in it. That's about the right size anyway. We got a couple of these pieces, these gemmier pieces that might, especially that one right there, that'll cut a little stone that might be kind of part boulder, part color. And I've kind of had some interest in doing that, so that'll be cool. The rest of this didn't survive the cut. And then I brought this one out here just to kind of rub it and see what's in it, because I kind of have a hint that this one's, you see the play of color that one's got? That one might be super cool. So if you can hear the storm going on out there, that's pouring rain on my shop on the Opal Cave. I think it's fun. I think it was Tommy that came up with that. Tommy asked me if I was in a cave because of my spray on insulation. So that's where I kind of got the tongue-in-cheek Opal Cave reference. Let's start. Doesn't act like we have very much water here yet. Well, I thought I'd been recording for several minutes, but apparently I haven't. We've started working this one. Doesn't need to be quite this thick, so I'm kind of working it from both sides. We're going to kind of roll the dome on this one a little bit. Just kind of exploring where I'm going to have color. We'll have some in the face here. I don't mind this being a little bit natural on the edges, but we'll clean it up some. little bit more color in there the more we go down. The tricky thing about this boulder opal is you might be 1 millimeter away from way better color or 1 millimeter away from losing all your color. Alright, it kind of gives us an idea. Let's leave it right there. I'm going to look into this one. See if this one does what I think it was planning on doing. Meaning this will be some of that blue that we saw in the parcel, but with actual play of color in it. Dancing greens. There it is. There it is. I thought it was hiding in there. Got all the boulder opal mud. Looks like we got color, we got a potch line right there, but color from here to there. From that side, this side we don't have any color on this side, but we do here, so that's our face. Right there, I'm trying to see if that right there will come out. Looks like it should. Starting to come out right there. Alright. Kind of a pinfire confetti, green and blue. I think the stone is there if we want to leave that potch out. So we got that. Let's see what we got here. Looks like I'm gonna have to go to the store. See, because that's what we want in the face. And that's what we got until it gets black, which is still crazy, beautiful color. There's a nice stone right there. If that was traded with this stuff in that face, we get a smaller stone here. And I think it would be every bit as good or better on this side. I think we're good on this side. Plenty of thickness there. We're getting enough thickness there. By the time we get this out, we'll be there. And that's pretty. What if that was just a pendant like that? Well, with that split right there, that makes it tough. That looks like it goes all the way down through. I don't know if we lose it completely. At least for that side. Kind of need to take that side down, but I hate to do it. So I would say this stuff is a little harder than the Boulder Opal for sure, but not as hard as say Cooper PD or regular, I don't know, regular is not the right term, but Opal that I'm used to. Alright, I kind of need to decide what we want to do with this. Before we go much further, because it kind of needs to be finished, even polished, or nearly polished before we retreat it. That's beautiful material. That's beautiful material. Let's just even this up. We're a little thicker on this end than the other end. Look at that beautiful material. I was thinking that this was polished, but it might not be. This right here is just as smooth. This behaves more like regular opal than I thought it would. You can see the color goes in, you know. But it depends on where it's at. Just barely in some places and deeper in others. Again, you really need to know what you want to do with this before you, because you need to be done. If you treat it and then do any more cutting, you have to retreat it. This is the other little boulder piece that had color in it. Just kind of looking at it to see what we got there. Beautiful color over in that section. Alright, well I think we kind of know where everything's at and what we've got there. I'm not sure exactly what we would do with this. We won't do anything else with that one for now. What do we want to do with this one? Do we want to make a calibrated cut? That's kind of what I'm leaning toward. All right, here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts. This piece right here, a nice 15 millimeter round. I guess we could do an oval there. Let me lay it. Let's see. We might have just changed our minds. Not a 16, not a 15, but a 14 we could do. What do you think? Oval? Oval. Good choice. So you switch to an oval right there. This one's you're not gonna be able to see really. There's a little bit better look. There you go. A little water. Until this one's treated, you're not gonna see how nice it is. But I like the oval plan better than the round. We also went with an oval here. I believe that is a 15mm oval, taking advantage of the best, but getting rid of some of the issues on the edges. The best color in that one. This one will be a free form till I figure out what we can do, because the best color is right up in here. And so with it being kind of right up in there, there's our best color. So I think something about in there to utilize all that color, but cutting it into like a calibrated shape with these inclusions and stuff like that, I think this one's better off maybe a freeform pendant like the type I like to wear, pear-shaped a little bit is what we'll go for there. And then this one I haven't decided. It's such a big nice piece, but at first I was just going to do a giant oval, but you'll notice that the color is better right here down the middle and kind of trickles out and peters out here. We have this problem here if you're going to try and make it into a calibrated stone. This right here is a little bit of an issue. So we would either do a nice stone right there and a nice stone right there, or one big pendant where those little irregularities and stuff like that don't become a problem. They just become part of the piece. So while we work on the other ones, we will think about and put a pin in this one. But look at that color. Once that's treated back to dark, good night. Good night. Let's start here. Just a little oval is all we're looking for. Like I said, this Andamooka matrix is, I would say, a little softer than what I'm used to. Just the feel of it on the wheel. Not super soft by any means. See, we're trying to get rid of some of that stuff. That's why I don't go any bigger with the oval. Because I would like to see that mostly go away. You guys want to know the story of that? It hasn't been that long ago. 3 years now, I guess. I tell everybody it was a rope and a horse, and it was. And then everybody assumes that it was something cool about roping a bull, because I do go and help round up and brand and push cows and all that stuff. But it wasn't nearly that cool. I had just bought a new horse, and one of the problems he had was that he was a little bit sluggish and didn't react that well. So I'd spent about an hour working with him on, hey, when I say to move, it's time to move. And then I walked him into a trailer to tie him into the trailer to go for a ride, and I just was making a loop with the lead rope that he was tied to, and just as that happened, his back feet slipped off the back of the trailer. When that happened, I spun around to grab him, and when I spun around to grab, well, when he slipped off, it tightened the rope around my thumb right here. So I spun around to grab him. When I spun around, he thought I was trying to back him up. So he immediately backed up, and I watched my thumb go whoop. And it was still attached. I could still do this with it when I pulled it back up on. But we ran to the ER, and the surgeon there sent pictures of my thumb to every hand specialist he could think of, and they said, well, we'll sew it back on for you, but there's no chance. So over the course of the next week, I got to watch it slowly go away. Without being graphic, it was obvious it wasn't going to be saved, and then I had to have another surgery to remove it. And that's why you see me cabbing 3 fingers instead of 4 like everybody else gets to. Not a big deal. Life is life. You just move on, do the best you can. And when you get to work, material that awesome. Phil, man, I can't thank you enough. What a beautiful piece. When that is black, you're gonna just go, what? You got a little bit of the cutting mark right there left in it, but that'll roll out. Nice. All right, this oval. I feel like I could have won even bigger oval than I did. Let's do that. So, the winner of the last competition, or the last giveaway rather, if any of you were wondering, she didn't want anything other than she said that she had a opal that she had won, a rough opal that she had won from, oh dang, I'm drawing a blank on the opal, global opal or worldwide opal, something like that. Worldwide Opal, and I think I remember her winning it because I watched that channel, and they'd sent her a rough opal, and she said the only thing I would like is would you cut this for me. So she sent it to me, and we're going to cut it right here. We'll still get to see it be cut, and hopefully we can make it into something that she can have set into some jewelry or set it for her. But that's how that went, and that's what she chose. Now we might have to do something a little bit better than that and send something back with it, but that's what she wanted, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so we have our two ovals. Down to our free form here. Because of how thin that is, we're kind of just need to get rid of that edge. Hate to thin that up, but it really needs to be. So that's our side we're keeping. That's where most of our color is. No two ways about it, that kind of needs to go away. Getting there. Obviously, we'll have to do a whole nother video of me treating this, because otherwise this will wind up too long. Alright, I'm okay with that. I don't know how pretty we want to make this teardrop. Might give us a little bit of a flat spot right there to set a pin in. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be pleasing. You know what I mean? it needs to be a pleasing shape, and the freeform and awkward and freeform and pleasing are two totally different things to me. There's got to be some symmetry in the asymmetry. If that makes any sense at all. And to me, your eye either sees that or doesn't see it. But that's what I'm going for there, is that's not a symmetrical piece, but it captures all the color. It's going to be two-sided, really. We'll just roll that edge a little bit and treat that one. We can set a pin right there or just a glue cap on there. You'll see me wear that. I guarantee you'll see me wear that. Look at the color in it. It's going to pop. I mean, it's not even black right now, and that's how hard it's hitting. That's just crazy. Crazy to me. Really nice. Alright, we can switch wheels now. I haven't made a decision here. We'll put a pin in it. You guys, give me some input. Let's let you guys decide. Votes in right now. Big pendant like this, a couple smaller stones to maximize the really good color. One large oval, kind of long and thin, just to keep it in the, you know, the Milky Way galaxy right there. What do you think? Give me some input, and we will do whatever the, you know, whatever the viewers' comments dictate that we do with this one. And maybe we ought to do, one of these stones will go to one of the people that commented with, that you don't even have to have the right suggestion, but if you suggested something we could do with this stone to make it beautiful and great, then don't worry, here in the Opal Cave we are safe and secure. I think we're about ready to dop this up. Could even look at whether or not we're better to face it from this side or this side. I think that's the side. I think that is the side we want. Alright. That one's ready, that one's ready, that one's ready. This one really doesn't need anything but cleaning up the edges. We wanted to roll it. Go. Beauty. I don't want it too perfect. It'll look wrong if it's too perfect. So I think we polish it just like that. We dot the other two up. Better? As you can tell, my dopping material is a little bit proud right there, so, and there it knocked my stone off. used to sing to her, used to make her smile. She knew all the words for a while. I'd sing love me tender, always and forever, and hold me baby all night long. I could go on and on, that's another song. We used to go for walks on a country road like this. It's funny, all the small things you miss. Look at how stunning that's going to be. Here are the ones we worked on. So here's the viewer's choice, what we do with that one. A little freeform pendant. That was dang near bright enough to do without any treatment, but should really pop. That right there's sorry, going to be stunning as well. This one right here, I think when it's treated and darker, those black spots on the face will disappear and the color will pop, and it'll be another really nice one. So tomorrow I will go get all the stuff and see if we can't get these treated over the weekend. We'll treat this one as well because it looks like it's ready for it. Might just clean up that bottom a little bit first, but and there we go. Thanks again to Phil. Let me know what you think I should do with that one. And if you would, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you.